Well, here comes Raven Chapman, a name which you will be familiar with, I'm sure. The Queen of Queensberry, as she's known by, a former Team England, Team GB fighter. A very good fighter indeed. She's been out of the ring for 8 months due to injury and so on, and she's very much looking forward to her return here. She's been doing plenty of commentary and punditry.
Yeah, she's never in a boring fight and she looks in tremendous shape.
She always looks
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 10 2-minute rounds, and it will be for the Women's WBC International Featherweight Championship. Brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors, 32 Red and Unibet. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, steward in charge Ben Harmsworth, along with the World Boxing Council. President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor Mauro Betti, Timekeeper Mark Shannon. Our 3 judges assigned will be Massimo Barovecchio of Italy, Victor Laughlin of Scotland, and Kevin Parker of England. Our referee in charge will be Kieran McCann of England. Introducing to you first, the challenger fighting tonight out of the red corner. She comes to the ring wearing gold with white and weighed in officially at 8 stone, 11 pounds. Coming to us from Barranquilla, Colombia, she brings an undefeated record with 10 wins, 6 of her 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Yohana the Matrix Sarabia. And her opponent across the ring, she is the defending champion, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. She comes to the ring wearing red with black and weighed in officially at 8 stone, 13 pounds. Hailing from High Wycombe, Buckinghamshire, England, she is undefeated with 8 wins. 2 of her 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending Women's WBC International Featherweight Champion, the Omen, Raven Chapman.
Ladies, listen up. You've had your instructions in the dressing room. You both know what I expect, all right? Keep the fight clean, obey my commands, and most importantly, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands. There you go.
The Matrix got a sinister look to her. Looks ready to rock and roll.
She has.
Well, let's see what Raven's got.
Raven's got some good support here as well. Round 1. And another unknown Colombian is Yohana Sarabia.
Yes.
As Thomas Tribert told you, 10-0, 6 KOs. I could only find one tiny bit of footage of her. All I can tell you from what I saw,
she's experienced, you can see it.
She had a good, aggressive come-forward style with a decent, really good lead uppercut which she threw. But we'll see how she gets on against Raven Chapman here.
Yeah, Raven's always got a great work rate.
Oh, a little head clash.
And you get that with the southpaw stocks, didn't you?
Good shots.
Oh, I'll tell you what, they're up for it.
Well, listen, this is some good boxing already.
Chapman just got her left foot on the outside of that southpaw stance, and expect to start seeing some straight shots down the middle at some point.
Is this a 10-round contest or 8 rounds?
10 2-minute rounds.
10 2-minute rounds. Okay.
Both fighters hovering around that centre of the ring.
Oh, good shot.
Chapman will be keen to make a statement tonight and draw herself closer to that fight with Sky
Oh,
Nicholson.
good shots. Good right hook. Yeah, I could see him. Yeah, this is going to be a fight.
Good come forward action from Chapman, and
Oh, you gotta love it, innit you?
the lady from Colombia just...
Listen, I understand why they call it the Matrix. Oh!
And she's just wooing Raven Chapman in the ring, and then a touch of gloves at the end, but she goes back to her corner, wooing and very much enjoying herself. And you'd much rather have an opponent like that, wouldn't you, than someone who's a bit boring and dull. I know you said no one gets paid for overtime, Sam, but...
Yep.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's just what you want. I mean, as a fighter, you want it to go over quickly, but as a spectator, you want to see good, grueling, hard rounds.
So, Yohana Sarabia is a southpaw fighter, as you would have seen. She's the first southpaw fighter that Raven Chapman has actually boxed, and they didn't necessarily choose her, but it was a good thing that she was a southpaw fighter, because some of the other fighters in the division, the likes of Karis Artingstall and Sky Nicholson, who's the current WBC champion of that weight, they're southpaw fighters. Yeah. So this will be good experience for her, won't it?
Yeah, brilliant. Sky's in my gym. She's very tricky, I think. There's a reason she's world champion.
She is. She's a very talented fighter. And I think they'd make a great matchup at some point. Oh, that was a good right hand by Chapman, and the crowd react to that one.
Oh, wow.
Good shot.
This is going to be a good fight.
Decent jab, which knocked Sarabia off
her.
balance.
She's stepping on her.
And Chapman is starting to sense that she could get the job done early tonight, and throws a decent right hook over the top, which landed. And there's a long time left in this round. Oh my goodness, that was good work by Raven Chapman.
It's a nice little scrap, no?
Mate, it's good.
Best fight I've seen all night today.
I was about to say, it's a shame it's only 2-minute rounds. I'd like to see 3-minute rounds of this.
I would want to see 4 minutes, mate.
That's what you tend to get in the women's division, though, because of the 2-minute rounds. You tend to get a faster pace, don't you? Because
it's 2 minutes, yeah.
Of those 2 minutes. Good right hand there by Chapman again. She is doing some accurate work tonight. She bounces the head back of the lady from Colombia, Yohana Sarabia. And Chapman has just got...
The referee's looking at her right now.
Sarabia in the corner.
Oh, good body shots. Thought it was me hitting her. Like that.
Another good right hook to the body. From just a couple of feet away, the lady from Colombia, Sarabia, the right-hand side of her body, is very reddened already, isn't it? So those lead hooks are doing some serious damage, aren't they, in the early rounds of this 10-round contest?
Yeah, no, very, very good. She's really stepped it up. You saw she was hurt and she applied that pressure. It was very, very good from her. Possibly she may get her out in the next round.
Yeah, as we've seen now, every Colombian we've seen tonight has been very tough and durable. So,
yeah, when you think that they're going, they don't tend to be going anywhere, do they? I'm starting to see why it's a bit of a nightmare now when you say you want an early night's work, when you've got someone who just keeps coming.
Yep.
Irritating more than anything, you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously in there you always want the stoppage, but I mean, I won't never get bored of watching this. It's brilliant, isn't it? Really brilliant rounds, good rounds.
No, really good all-action fight, and I love that the lady from Colombia is just coming forward, and even when she is being hit with stuff, she's coming back.
She still smiled at the end of that round, so she's up for it.
But you can see the urgency in her corner. You can really see the urgency in her corner.
Good fast hands from Raven Chapman. And she just composes herself again, gets herself at range, and then starts popping that jab out, something which works so beautifully for her.
I don't think she needs to move that much. She could just step it on her. That's what I think. There you go.
Be very careful not to clash heads, though.
I was just about to say that. You can just sense that might happen. It's the last thing either of them need, is a cut.
Yeah.
Especially Chapman, who's had 8 months out of the ring and will be very keen to be getting back and being active. Chapman is doing a good job of cornering Sarabia, and she lands decent shots almost every time she gets her on the ropes. Oh, the referee's going to have a word with her for that. He told her to stop, and he's giving her a bit of a telling off. It's entertaining, the fact that every time Chapman comes forward and lands a few decent shots, that she just smiles.
She smiles at the end of every round. I wonder if she's going to do it at the end of this one. No smile today.
I think she just looks a little bit confused because the referee had pulled her to her side, and the language barrier there was a little bit of a problem, wasn't it? But so far, Chapman well and truly up on the cards, or do you think she's giving a round away there?
No. She's well and truly up. She's been the aggressor, isn't she?
Agreed.
Yeah, she's been doing some good work at short range and at long range as well, and whenever she gets her opponent cornered or on the rope, she's landing some good eye-catching shots, and it's those eye-catching shots, isn't it, which the judges, that's what stands out for them, isn't it, when they're sticking their number down at the end of each round.
Yeah, definitely. I think that and pressure, that's what I'd favours when it comes to that.
Seconds out, round 4.
But these 2-minute rounds go by fast. We're already in the 4th round. And this is our final fight of the prelims here on the Queensberry feeds. I hope that you've enjoyed the fight so far. And don't worry, plenty more coming on TNT Sports after we go off air, after this bout.
Oh, good shot. Where her hair's like not towered down, it makes it look worse, doesn't it, when the head goes back?
Yeah, every time she lands a strong right hand, her hair kind of goes static, doesn't it, and then drops back down.
That's why I cut off my dreads, mate. Don't need none of that.
Remember Paulie Malignaggi getting a haircut in the corner?
Yeah, literally. Chapman owning that centre of the ring as she tries to draw her opponent in.
Every time, listen to me.
Solid right hand by Chapman. Good head movement as well. Chapman seems to have found her groove. She's comfortably in control of this fight.
Even going southward.
Well, if you were in the corner of Raven Chapman, what would you be telling her to do a little bit more of and maybe doing a bit more of the same of? What are you liking and what do you want to see more of?
I would say, I think she's rushing a little bit, but still applying that pressure and finding the right shots.
Yeah, I would just say try not to fall in. I think the pressure's good. I mean, to be fair, for a name like the Matrix, she's not really moving about as much as I thought she would. So I'm like, Raven's not going to have to bounce about. I reckon she can walk in with this girl, and I think, yeah, maybe just plant her feet a little bit more, you know, because she's there to be hit. So, but I just think be wary of clashing your heads.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times, haven't we? Something to definitely be wary of.
Other than that, I think it's been very entertaining fight so far.
Yeah, I think fight of the night so far.
10 seconds.
Oh, I don't know, that first one was good. With Laura's nephew.
It was good.
That was a very good debut.
Well, into the 5th round of this one, scheduled for 10, and Chapman straight on that front foot. Got to tell you, that right glove of Chapman, she glues that to her chin. She
Very good right hook. Oh, good head.
Chapman landed a lead hook over the top there and kind of stopped Sarabia in her tracks. Sarabia will throw a couple of hooks and Chapman will roll underneath them.
Well, that was good work.
She's looking like a mini Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it's a little bit unlucky with that.
But do you want to see, after she's rolled under those hooks, do you want to see her kind of counter with a hook of her own?
Yeah, I think she's showing at her skill level though, just to get out of the way of them. I mean, sometimes when I dodge a shot, I'm so happy that he didn't hit me that I forget to throw one back.
But the Matrix is standing there a lot more, and she's a lot less inactive, a lot less active.
She's getting roughed up here in it.
I'll tell you what though, she's up for it. You can see the venom in her face.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she seems to get
Another little clash
more and more frustrated and has got more and more aggression about her every time she gets caught, does Yohana Sarabia, the lady from Colombia. Her first time boxing outside of Colombia in a big venue on a big undercard.
Oh, I watched them eggs, guys.
We don't want to get a cut.
Well, Sarabia getting a word from the referee a few times because she keeps hitting when he's shouted for her to stop. I think there's a bit of a challenge there with the language barrier, isn't there? Because every time the ref says to her,
it's hard in there though to hear, when you're in the moment, and obviously she's probably having it a little bit rough as well. Yeah. She's just biting down. I mean, I've done it in the amateurs. I threw shots after the ref said stop, and I knocked them out and I got disqualified. So it is hard, especially when then you add that language barrier as well, you know. So
definitely, the language barrier is a massive aspect.
There's just so much to contend with, isn't there, as fighters? You know, you've got noise, you've got atmosphere, you've got pressure, you've got your adrenaline. Even things as small as how hot those lights are as well. There's a lot to contend with in general, isn't there? So I'll take my hand off to anyone who gets in there.
Yeah, I don't think she's doing it deliberately. I just think she's getting caught up in the moment, which is completely understandable. Oh, is he going to take a point off, or is he just having a warning? She's probably thinking,
what is he saying?
That's what I was thinking.
I think he's going to take a point away, or that is your last warning.
Yeah,
I will
third and final, that is.
Take a point away.
Oh, but that can have a negative effect on the fighter because they'll be much more hesitant to throw the shots.
Well, it might have really wound her up.
Possibly. She's a good boxer though.
Yeah. I think they both are. I think they both look class.
Yeah.
Decent straight left hand from Sarabia. Chapman straight back on that front foot, light on those toes. Chapman just caught there with the southpaw jab from the Colombian. Not that it fazed her in any way, but she comes back and has her on the ropes and let a few shots go of her own.
Very good body shots. Oh, good combination. That's it.
Lovely straight right hand down the middle from Raven Chapman, and then a decent left hook downstairs and followed it up with a nice one up the top of her right hand. She continues to rough her opponent up.
Good body shot.
Quita velocidad, quítale fuerza, métele velocidad, vamos. Ya vea, Yohana, finta, Yohana, mira, te está fintando. Trabaja la finta también para ver qué hace. A ver qué trae. Mueve. Lleva abajo para arriba, Yohana.
Yeah, nice and tight.
Every time Sarabia comes forward, Chapman is just kind of very alert and moves her feet just enough so that she can counter those shots. She's slowed down a little bit, which is understandable because the energy levels have started to decrease a little bit.
Definitely.
And after all the things we've just said, and it's not been an easy fight, has it? Because Sarabia has been bringing it to her, hasn't she?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she's got to stay switched on, and I think, as you said, she had such a good start with the first 2 rounds, and it looked like she might be getting out of there. I remember you said earlier about maybe it might be a little bit like, oh, she's still here, do you know what I'm saying? And I think maybe she changed her, I don't know, I think maybe she's just easing off a bit because maybe she's realised that she's got to save a little bit for the back end of the fight, knowing that she's now got a tough, durable woman in front of her, you know?
Yeah, I would say for her, she would need to pick her shots a bit more. Instead of throwing too many, pick them a bit more. Like right now, she can be throwing like 5 and 6, but she could be throwing 1s, 2s, and 3s and just placing them properly.
Seconds out, round 7.
Well, we've had some well-matched fights this evening so far.
Agreed.
No one's been... It's not been like a proper mismatch necessarily. I've known Jermaine Dewey at the start, and his debut was a bit more one-sided than any of the others, but this has been a well-matched fight.
No less entertaining though, that's what it is, the entertainment game, innit? So I think he hit the nail on the head with that.
Yohana, no la dejes que salga. Si la tienes, no la dejes que salga más. Vamos, trabaja ahí. Vamos, presionala, vamos.
Chapman just working her way around the outer part of the ring. Do you think she's trying to draw her opponent in, Sam?
Yeah, that's what it looks like she's doing. I think could sometimes the balance is a little bit off. Maybe she catches her when she's off balance. It might go well and we can see a knockdown here. But I think she's a very composed woman, the woman from Colombia, and I think she's tough. And as we said it numerous of times tonight, they mean business. Good work from Raven there.
Just digging those body shots in.
Samuel Yatsin? Yatsin, bro?
Yeah, looking like the 6th of September, I think.
Okay, 6th of September. Where's that?
Probably your call, I reckon. Loving it at the minute.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Raven gets good angles though. When you said about Emily Mike Tyson, I like that. You know, she does throw from good little angles.
Yeah. Punches and bunches.
Yeah, it's good, mate. It's good.
There you go.
Good shots.
Oh, the heads.
That was a good round for Raven Chapman, wasn't it? She scored with some really good straight right hands. A few of those got through, and you could tell they got through. But the lady from Colombia, just in a corner just above our commentary position, hasn't really looked any different in any of the rounds. Doesn't seem to have her energy going down too much.
I think she has no quitting now. I think this will go full 10. Frank Warren's in the building.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think with women's boxing, that's probably why you don't see the knockouts as well, because the rounds are so quick. You think even if they're wobbled in the second minute, then they got another minute to recover, you know. So
Yeah, I think you're right on that one.
Yeah, definitely. I think if some of the rounds would have went on longer, you think round 2, maybe.
Seconds now. Round 8.
Well, here we go into round 8 here at the O2 Arena. This is our last fight on the prelims. If you're watching us on the Queensberry YouTube and on the Queensberry feeds, and then the action will go over to TNT Sports, where Sam, your brother, will be boxing.
Yeah, you know what, from where I'm at the moment there, I forgot that was happening. I literally thought, oh, we're only going to be 2 fights before he's on. I won't be as composed as I am now on this commentary, I can tell you that.
Definitely
not. No way.
Different when a loved one's fighting. Especially when you fight, because you can trust yourself entirely and it's all in your control, but when someone else is not, it's not in your control.
I'd rather be the fighter than the spectator.
Exactly.
Good body work there from Raven as she has Sarabia in the corner and let go of a barrage of punches and leans in and throws another couple of good hooks to the body, and she's really starting to up the work rate here.
Very good.
Tell you, credit to both women though, they are putting it all in there tonight, aren't they?
Absolutely.
This has been a great watch. I'm sure you at home have enjoyed it as well.
Oh, a little finesse there.
Got to admire the Colombians.
Absolutely.
Positive attitude and a want and desire to be in there. She is loving it.
Good body shots again.
Talking about brothers being composed when siblings are in the ring. Liam Davis's brother boxed last week, first time in a couple of years. He was my co-commentator, and he was an extremely excitable man.
I wouldn't be able to do it, I don't think. I wouldn't be able to commentate. I'd end up screaming.
Literally.
Swearing. And
yeah, I'm telling them, do this, do that, do that. Yeah, my little brother's an amateur boxer as well. So
I wouldn't be able to sit down. I'd be going up and down.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Do you think you'll be more nervous watching him tonight than you are when you're going for your own fight?
Absolutely,
Oh, yeah, 100%,
absolutely,
without a doubt.
1000%. It's a different feeling when someone you love's in the ring. When it's me, oh, I'm cool as ice. But when it's someone else, I can't be, because it's not me making the decisions there.
You know what you put everyone else through now, don't you?
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 9.
For the penultimate round here in this 10-round contest, a contest which has had a little bit of everything. By no means has Chapman had it all her own way, but on our scorecards at ringside, she's definitely up and winning.
No, yeah, 100%. Been good rounds though. Been a very entertaining watch.
What I also like is when you get these fighters come over from overseas and when they put in a good performance, is then you can start thinking about, oh, I'd like to see this person in with, you know, a British fighter or whatever else, isn't it? That's one of the nice things that you get when you get these overseas fighters come over and they put in a good performance.
Oh, good shot.
Lovely straight right hand from Chapman. Chapman's good at working her way round, isn't she? The way that she'll throw like a 1-2 and step round and then throw the left hook from another angle, it makes it difficult for Sarabia to kind of know where that's coming from.
Yeah, Sarabia's feet are a little bit more planted, and I mean, obviously that's probably why she's struggling with Raven's angles. Well, that's unlucky.
Chapman doing plenty of what she's been doing before, and that is going forward, and that was a
Shot.
A lovely left hook from Chapman. Still the Colombian, digs her toes into the canvas, bites down on her gum shield, does herself proud and her corner proud, and keeps coming forward. Right then, chaps, heads on the block. The prelims are nearly over. Let's have a prediction for the main event later. What are you saying, Sam?
I reckon Joyce, I reckon they're going to be a ding-dong for the first 6 rounds, and I reckon Chisora might just tire a little bit, but I don't really know a lot about boxing, to be honest.
I'd say Joyce by stoppage.
What do you think about the opening rounds then for Joyce?
They're going to be ding-dong, similar to Carlos Takam Joyce, where Takam was hitting him with everything, and then Joyce was just soldiering on. I can't wait, man. I'm buzzing for it.
I think Joyce has just got to be careful, hasn't he? Because of what happened with Zhang, and he's been there before.
Zhang's a monster. He's a mammoth. He's a mammoth of a man, and he's very explosive and precise. I don't think Chisora is as explosive or precise as Big Bang Zhang.
But he's rugged and rough, and I cannot wait to watch it.
And final round.
Well, that's coming up later, and these two touch gloves in the centre of the ring for the 10th and final round.
I think Chapman's going to look for a knockout.
Yeah, I reckon she's going to leave it all in there.
Definitely.
How you should do in all the last round. You've got to come out tired.
Always.
Good work with the jab from Chapman as she just pushes Sarabia around the ring.
Good shots. Very beautiful body shots. Oh my goodness. She's looking like Mickey Warden there.
Good work.
Oh my
like that.
goodness. This is what I love about boxing.
Going for it.
Oh!
Shots there from Chapman, and I think she can smell
referee's
blood.
looking at it.
There's a chance that she
my
could give a
goodness.
stoppage here.
50 seconds left.
More of that all day. This is like a secondary school tear-up outside. Oh, lovely.
Sarabia finds herself on the ropes again, and I think she is tired because her feet are becoming very flat, and Chapman's making her pay for that, because that was a decent right hand over the top, and she follows it up with another one and a third, and that's the fourth one. And there's a good chance that a referee will stop this fight.
15 seconds left, I don't know.
Last 10.
Oh, listen, last 10, throw the kitchen sink.
And Chapman is finishing this fight strong in a 10-round contest, which has been thoroughly entertaining. And I think if Chapman had another 30 seconds there,
that's what I mean about the 3 minutes.
There's a good chance she could have stopped her.
Yeah, good chance.
Well, we're pretty confident at ringside that Chapman will defend her title once again. And in just a moment, Thomas Triber will give us the official scorecards. In a fight which we thought at the end may well be stopped, but those 2-minute rounds weren't long enough.
What a tear up, man. Both of them should be proud of themselves. Winner and loser.
Yeah, I could easily watch another 2 rounds of that.
Definitely.
Easily.
I bet they're both glad it's finished as well. After 10 rounds of sparring, you're thinking, goodness me, don't want to do another 2 more rounds.
Well, let's get the official announcement from Thomas Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 2-minute rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges, Victor Laughlin, Kevin Parker, and Massimo Badorovecchio, are all in agreement. They all scored the same, 100 to 90. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And still, Women's WBC International Featherweight Champion, the Omen, Raven Chapman.
But I think we need to see the Chapman-Nicholson fight.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good fight. I think it'll bring Raven, the pressure will bring the best out in Sky. I think Sky looked good in her last outing. I mean, obviously, I like both of them, but Sky's my teammate, so I'm backing Miss Nicholson.
Always Queensberry. Oh, I need me one of them belts too.
You're in a title fight next, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. WBA Intercontinental. My guy's going to sleep, man. God damn.
Well, we've been treated tonight, 4 fights so far. Still plenty to go on TNT Sports in a while. And I'm sure we're going to have Raven Chapman join Dev in a moment, just to catch a word before we go off. Out of the 4 fights, Sam, which one has been your most enjoyed?
You know what? I was really impressed with the first fight on Chidora's nephew. I thought that was good, and then I think closely followed by that one we've just seen there.
It was a good fight. What about you, Alois?
Personally, this fight was very amazing for myself. I really enjoyed this fight. It was a great tear-up.
Very good indeed. Well, Deb is with Raven Chapman, and we'll pass over to him to have a word.
Well, Raven Chapman, I'll tell you, the O2 is raving about Raven. That was a fantastic fight. How do you feel?
Yeah, it felt really good. I knew I was against a really tough opponent. We all know those South Americans, Colombians are really tough. Felt like I could have got her out there if it'd been over 3-minute rounds. I think some of them things could have been stopped, but she's really tough. She didn't go down. I knew after sort of the 4th, 5th round she was kind of done, but she kept giving it a go, and it's great to get them rounds in and get her back a scrap again. So I feel good, and I've got the belt, taking it back home with me.
It's good speaking to you, and we're not analysing other fights. We're actually just talking about you, just having a great tear up there. So you thought you could have got her out of there, and maybe an extra minute you could have got the job done. I feel like this is an example of why maybe there should be 3-minute rounds.
Yeah, 100%. I got to speak to Frank briefly there before they pulled me over, and Frank thought exactly the same as we did.
First Southpaw opponent.
First Southpaw opponent, really great to get that in. Felt comfortable in there. A few head clashes the first few rounds. I think just having that opposite style, it happened a little bit in training as well to begin with when I was getting used to the range of my sparring partners. So I was kind of prepared for that to happen tonight, which it did in those first 3. So a few bumps, but not many from lots of shots, so that's good.
But as usual, no backward step. Those pads of doom I've seen you do in the gym so many times, all that training, you are a relentless featherweight. You're a problem, right?
Yeah, 100%. We got to sort of round 7, 8. Obviously, I'd had a few sustained pressure attacks in there, and I could feel it. It's getting really hot in here. But going back to the corner, and the coach just reiterating to me, remember, you've done 10 rounds of pads of doom with me. This ain't nothing compared to that. So I knew I had it in the tank to go right to that end bell.
You certainly did that. Listen, let's talk about the elephant in the room. I'm not sure she's here, and I'm certainly not calling her an elephant, but Sky Nicholson is the WBC Featherweight Champion. You have the WBC International Featherweight Championship. Would you like her belt?
Oh, 100%. I'd like all the world title belts. Not just the WBC. The WBC is one of the belts I've got now, so I'd love to continue with that governing body. There's been a lot of hearsay things about what's been going on with that mandatory, so if we have to go through other routes to get a world title and come back to revisit that fight for even bigger, we'll do that. I've just fought 2 former world champions, 3 undefeated prospects. I deserve an opportunity now.
Listen, whether it's Sky Nicholson or not, a world title is in your future. But just tell me this, final question. If that was Sky Nicholson in there tonight, what would have happened?
Pretty much the same as what you saw tonight.
Congratulations, Raven Chapman.
Thanks, Des.